So this is a chakra meditation that you can do sitting on a chair with your feet flat on the floor. So you can have your feet barefoot if it's warm enough, or you can just be in socks, if possible, not shoes, because you want to really feel the bottoms of the feet able to ground down. You want to sit towards the edge of the chair, so you might need cushions behind you, so you're not leaning back. The natural curves of the spine really present, so you might want to sit to the front of the chair, press your sitting bones into the chair and almost roll your pubic bone down slightly to get a lovely arch in the lower back, which you then can support with a cushion if possible, if you need to. And you want to have your knees level with your hips, or even lower than your hips if you find that more comfortable to sit if your chair is a bit higher. You want your heels underneath your knees. And obviously if the chair's too high, you might want to have your feet on a cushion. But if possible, you want to get a chair where you can sit to the front of the chair so that your feet can be on the floor and really rooted into the earth. So just take a few moments, just adjusting your position, just breathing deeply into the body, maybe rolling the shoulders up, drawing them back, and then allowing the shoulder blades to slide down the back as you breathe out. And just really grounding yourself, making yourself comfortable on the chair. And you can have your arms just comfortably on your thighs, maybe palms turned up in a gesture of receiving. Just comfortably, really, whatever's nice, that doesn't draw your shoulders forward and close your chest. So have a lovely deep breath in through the nose and sigh the breath out through the mouth a few times, just to prepare yourself for this meditation, allowing yourself to sigh out anything that's holding you back from this practice and really enable you to focus. And then, if possible, from then, the breathing is through the nose with the mouth closed. But obviously, if you've got a blocked up nose, you can keep your mouth open. That's absolutely fine. Soften the eyes, soften the forehead. Try and line up the crown of the head with the base of the spine. And just take a few breaths, just feeling into the body. And just imagine that you're moving energy from the soles of the feet all the way up to the crown of the head as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, just imagining energy moving from the crown of the head all the way down into the soles of the feet. So however you like to visualize that, spend a few moments with your breath, tuning into the breath and the flow of awareness or consciousness or energy with that breath pattern, breathing in from bottom of the feet to the top of the head and breathing out from the top of the head to the bottom of the feet. Just going in your own rhythm, but we're aiming to lengthen the breath as much as possible here, especially the out breath. If you can slow the out breath down a little bit, but with no force, just gradually allowing the breath to deepen, slow down, make space in the body, and allow some space to come to the mind as well as you focus on your breath. All the myriad of thoughts can just slow down a little bit as you slow your breath. And let's take 3 more deep breaths like this. And then let your awareness just settle down at the base of the feet. And just feel that the bottoms of the feet, all the contact points at the bottom of the feet, are really deeply connecting into the earth. So the pads of all of the toes and the space under the balls of the feet and the space under the sides, the little toe sides of the feet and the space under the heels. All really connecting deeply with the earth, as if with every exhale, your feet are planting or making an imprint on the earth without pressing physically, just with a sensation of exhaling. The feet are becoming grounded and really planting themselves into the core of the earth. And you can imagine that there are strings attached to all of the contact points between the bottoms of the feet and the floor. So all the points of contact under the feet, where the feet and the floor touch. You can imagine that these contact points have got strings attached to them, which are digging down, weighted down, magnetized down into the core of the earth. And every time you exhale, there's a gentle pull on those strings. There's a gentle urge down towards the core of the earth. So allow this to come with every exhale. The feet are getting grounded and connected with the core of the earth itself. So the feet are completely grounded, completely secure on the earth. And now we start to practice with the inhale. It's as if we're drawing red, deep red, blood red energy up into the feet. And very gradually we feel this flooding sensation of deep red energy filling the feet, filling all of the toes, filling the tops of the feet, the bottom of the feet, the center of the feet, inside the feet, into the ankles, the inner ankle and the outer ankle, and filling up the whole of the heel. And every time you breathe in, it's like this gentle red wave of energy traveling a little bit further into the body. Your exhale is still grounding you down to the core of the earth, but with the inhale, you're just letting this earth red energy come into the body, and it creeps higher and higher every time you inhale, slowly flooding into the bottom of the shins and the bottom of the calves and the Achilles and the inner and outer lower leg. And slowly and surely, every in-breath just sends this warm glow of blood red energy traveling up the lower legs, bit by bit, slowly, slowly. And it feels that with all this red energy creeping up the legs, the whole leg becomes grounded into the core of the earth. So the exhale grounding you down, the inhale, this gentle wave of warm blood red energy traveling up the shins, the inner lower leg, the outer lower leg, the back of the leg, feeling the calf muscles up until very, very slowly and surely this blood red energy is reaching the knee now, and it starts to flood into the kneecap, the space behind the kneecap, the space between the lower leg bone and the upper leg bone, into the back of the knee until the whole of the knee is gently filled with red energy, flooded with red energy. And as you breathe in, very gently breathing this red energy up through the fronts of the thighs, the inner thighs, the outer thighs, the backs of the thighs, gradually and slowly with each new in-breath, allowing this flooding sensation of this deep blood red energy to warm your thighs, coming up higher and higher into the thighs until you feel the whole of the thighs, the whole of the fronts of the thighs, the sides of the thighs, the backs of the thighs, even drawing this red energy into the buttock area, in through the inner thigh area to the pubic bone, and feeling the sitting bones and the pubic bone in this triangle of red energy, flooding sensations into the pelvic floor muscles. And just feel this energy in a vortex now at the base of the spine and the pubic bone and the sitting bones, this warm red glow. And just allow this vortex of energy, it feels like it's opening in a vortex down from the base of the spine down into the earth. With each exhale, the whole of the leg is grounded and connected to the core of the earth. And with each inhale, the red creeps through the toes, through the soles of the feet, through the heels and the ankles, up the shins and calves, over the thighs, into this base of the spine. And just feeling the sensation of red flooding through the lower part of the body now. Breathing in red, breathing out red, red all around this area. And just sitting with this spinning vortex of red energy coming out through the triangle of the pubic bone and the sitting bones, out downwards towards the core of the earth. And then feeling that this red energy that's flooding through the bottoms of the feet, coming over the feet, through the feet, in through the lower legs, the calves, the shins, the red energy at the knees and the red energy at the thighs, and into the buttocks, into the pubic bone and sitting bones, into the whole of the pelvic floor, is now moving up into the pelvic bowl, the bowl of the pelvis, the whole of the pelvis and the sacral area, the area of the sacrum bone at the back of the back of the body, and the bowl of the pelvis being filled now. The energy begins to flood into an orange glow. So this red energy from the feet and lower legs through the knees and thighs and through the pelvic floor blossoms up as you draw it up with the inhale into the pelvic bowl, and all the contents, the watery contents of the pelvic bowl becoming orange. A lovely orange swirling energy of waters moving around, all the contents of this beautiful pelvic bowl shining with orange, orange all around, orange flooding out of the back of the sacrum, the triangle bone at the back of the sacrum, flooding with orange, the space at the sacral chakra at the front of the body, the bladder and the genitals flooding with orange at the front. And just feeling any sensations, any physical sensations, just flooding those sensations with an orange glow. Feeling that you're breathing in orange, breathing out orange, orange all around the sacral area. Feeling the orange fill up all the lower abdominal organs, into the hip bones, into the sacroiliac joints, into the iliac crest, the ilium bones, the whole of the pelvis flooding with orange, and the contents of all the watery energy in the sacrum, bright orange. And feeling that this red energy that's drawing up through the soles of the feet, filling the ankles, drawing up the shins and calves, flooding through the knees and thighs into the pelvic floor, blossoming up into orange energy at the sacral area. And now allow this energy to blossom into bright yellow of the sun at the abdominal area, into the belly button, into the diaphragm, all the abdominal muscles, all the abdominal organs being flooded with this yellow energy. The sides of the abdomen, the back of the abdomen, just below the lower ribs, the middle back, and just really breathing this bright yellow fiery energy, the energy of fire, bright fire shining in the center of the abdomen. Breathing in yellow, breathing out yellow, feeling any sensations, maybe excited sensations, butterfly sensations, nervous sensations, really feeling any physical sensations and just allowing this yellow energy to just wash over those sensations. Really breathing in yellow, breathing out yellow, yellow all around this area. This bright yellow fire in the hydrochloric acid of the digestive system, burning through all of this area. And you feel the solar plexus chakra opening out of the front of the body in the knot you often find at just above the navel point and below the lower ribs. You can also feel it radiating out of the back of you in the midpoint of the back. It's behind the belly button where the lowest ribs, floating ribs, are placed. And just breathing through this yellow sensation all around the abdomen. And then becoming aware of this bright red flooding warmth of energy coming through the soles of the feet, the tops of the feet, through the ankles and up the shins and calves and over the knees. the red energy of the thighs and the red energy of the pubic bone and the pelvic floor, blossoming into orange energy at the sacral area, the pelvic bowl and all of its watery contents, blossoming into yellow, fiery, bright yellow energy at the abdomen. And then you can lift this energy up now into the heart space, literally the space contained within the rib cage, into this beautiful, young, fresh green of new life, new growth on the plants in spring. This very, very young, fresh green. And just see if you can breathe in this green energy, breathe out this green energy, just flood the whole of the heart space with green energies. If you're filling the lungs up with this fresh new green of new life, filling the heart, filling the space between all the ribs, the upper ribs, the lower ribs, the side ribs, the front ribs, the back ribs, even into the shoulder blades, the space between the shoulder blades and the space under the shoulder blades, between the shoulder blades and the ribs, and even at the front into the collarbone space, where the collarbones sit near to the upper ribs. The whole of this space being filled and flooded with green energy. And feeling this green energy radiating out of the center of the sternum and radiating out behind you, the center of the back between the shoulder blades, the whole of the heart space being fresh and full of this new green, of new fresh spring life. Green, breathing in, breathing out, green, green all around you. You can even feel the green being spread down the arms, down the fingers, down the palms, feeling this pulse of green energy through the whole of the space in the heart. Now with the awareness of this dense, dense red, deep red energy coming from the soles of the feet, flooding through the feet, the ankles, the shins and calves, and up into the knees and over the kneecaps and through the thighs, into the sitting bones and pubic bone, and flooding through the pelvic floor muscles. And then drawing that red and allowing it to become a little bit more subtle into this orange of the pelvic bowl, and all the watery contents of this orange pelvic bowl. And then drawing that energy up into yellow at the solar plexus, the whole of the abdominal cavity becoming filled with this bright yellow fire energy of the solar plexus. Drawing very, very gently into the heart space, the color of the fresh new green of new life. And as it reaches up into the throat and neck area, it becomes this very lovely light blue, this etheric light blue color, flooding the throat, the ears, and the back of the neck, and the muscles on the top of the shoulders, and the muscles of the jaw, all of this area becoming filled with this lovely, beautiful blue. And feeling that the throat chakra opening at the front of the throat, radiating this light blue out. Very, very subtle colors now. Subtle light blue energy coming out of the front of the throat and out of the back of you through the back of the neck. Just breathing in light blue, breathing out light blue all around you. And allowing this red energy at the base of the feet, through the feet, the ankles, through the lower legs, the knees and thighs, into the pubic bone. Allowing this red energy to continue into orange at the pelvis, yellow at the abdomen, light green, fresh new green at the heart space, into this beautiful light blue at this subtle throat area. Drawing it all the way into this indigo color, the space between the eyebrows. So we can start at the space of the eyebrows, indigo being the blue-black color of the night sky, the space between light and dark, the space between night and day, that kind of dusk color of blue-black when the first star is seen. You can begin to bring the awareness and bring the flooding of sensation of indigo color into the space between the eyebrows. If you imagine a line traveling back from the space between the eyebrows to the back of the head, and another line between each temple, from one temple to the other, where those lines intercept, then that is the third eye point. So we're drawing that energy, that indigo energy, up through the center of the heart, center of the throat, into the center of the third eye space. And just feeling that the whole of the head, the whole of the brain, all of the brain matter being flooded with this indigo, this very heady, heavy but intuitive and wise energy of the indigo sky. Just breathing in indigo, breathing out indigo, feeling indigo all around you. The whole of the head, the whole of the face, flooded with indigo sensation. And allowing the red energy from the base of the feet, flooding through the feet, through the ankles, flooding through the lower legs, over the knees, through the thighs, into the pelvic floor. Allowing this red energy to blossom into orange, the watery orange at the sacral area. Then the fire of the yellow burning in the abdomen. And this bright new green flooding the heart space into this very delicate light blue at the throat and neck area, into this indigo night sky, filling the whole of the head and the whole of the brain and the third eye space. Now we're taking the energy up to the space at the top of the head, the crown chakra, opening up to the skies. I want you to imagine, you can imagine an ultraviolet light or white light or gold light, whatever fits. This violet energy coming up and out of the top of the head, as if it's coming out through the crown and showering all around you. Just feeling this energy blossom down from the base of the feet, as if it's all one energy traveling through you and coming out of the top of the head and showering you with this ultraviolet or pure white light. So seeing with every breath in, you can draw the red energy through the body, becoming orange at the sacral chakra, yellow at the solar plexus chakra, green at the heart chakra, blue at the throat chakra, indigo at the third eye, and then blossoming up and out of you. And with your exhalation, you can imagine it showering over you, coming out of the top of the head. You can also visualize this crown chakra as a 1,000-petaled lotus opening at the top of your head, opening more and more and more of the petals every time you breathe in, opening the petals and showering that great light, great energy out of the top of the head. And just stay here for a few moments, enjoying this sensation. And then we're going to very gently, keeping the crown open, we're going to just move the energy back down through the third eye, through the throat, to just rest at the heart space. Just bringing all your awareness to rest at the space of the heart. The whole of the thoracic cavity, the rib cage, the lungs, the heart, the whole of that sacred space caged away to protect it. We're just going to keep this awareness at the heart space now. And you can now feel that everything that's happening below is connecting you to the earth, drawing that red energy into orange and yellow into the heart. And that everything that's happening above is to bring that sacred crown energy, the ultraviolet, through the indigo and blue of the third eye and throat, back to rest at the heart. And the heart becomes the junction box for all 7 chakras. And you can just remain breathing in this heart space, feeling the heart space radiating through the entire system. Opening out the front, the back, down through the hands, all around you. And you can just stay with this heart space for as long as you feel comfortable. And then when you're ready, and not before, you can come back to the sensations of the physical body, to feeling yourself placed on your chair with the feet on the floor. And in your own time, just lowering your chin to your chest, gradually opening your eyes and taking a deep sighing breath.